Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I am looking at is another beer courtesy of Bumpy Road Brewery out of New Hampshire. I will post a link to his channel down in the description below. Please go check him out. He does great beer reviews and home brewing videos as well. He is a home brewer. This one is from New Hampshire, from Smutty Nose Brewing Company. This is their Three Ways to Sundae, part of the Smut Labs series. It is a creamy Neapolitan pale stout with natural flavors. 4.5% ABV, so very low on the alcohol. It was canned on January 20th of this year, so less than a month old. Very, very fresh sample. SmuttyNose.com. They do have a website if anybody's interested. The IBUs are not listed on the label, but they might be on the website. I haven't checked. My guess would be with a beer like this, though, you're looking at relatively low bitterness, so it shouldn't really matter. It says on the label, pale stout brewed with lactose, vanilla beans, cocoa nibs, and strawberries. Brewed and canned by Smutty Nose Brewing Company, Hampton, New Hampshire. All right. So I'm very excited about this. Thanks again to Bumpy. Let's give it a pour and see what we're dealing with. I have had several pale stouts, or white stouts as some breweries call them, over the years, and I've been overall pretty impressed with them. There's a local brewery that makes one called Circles of the Sun. It's got toasted coconut in it, absolutely delightful. Then the Dragon's Milk, which is a more widespread company, New Holland Brewing Company. They make one called the Dragon's Milk White, and it is pretty tasty as well. So basically, what they're doing is they're getting the flavors that you would typically expect in a stout from the malt and from additives such as chocolate, vanilla, whatever, without actually getting the super dark roasted malt in there. And it basically makes for a nice light bodied version of a stout. It's a lot different though from your traditional stout. As you can see from the appearance there, it looks like a lager, an ale. Did pour with about a finger's worth of head, which has already died down. Got some nice streaming bubbles going up the glass. Definitely not what you would think of when you think of a stout, though, just based off the appearance. The aroma is very light. I am getting some maltiness, some sweetness with the aroma. A little bit of the strawberries coming through. A touch of vanilla. Well, is that vanilla or is that... Actually, I think that's just still the strawberry that I'm picking up on. Definitely the strawberry is the most prevalent aroma that I'm getting. You've got vanilla and strawberry and chocolate makes up a Neapolitan ice cream, and that's what you're getting here. As you can see, the label, it's got the skulls, but you've got a pink, a brown, and a white one. So the pink is strawberry, the brown is chocolate, and the white is vanilla. So that's your Neapolitan flavor profile there. Strawberry, like I said, is the primary aroma. Maybe a touch of the vanilla. I'm really not getting any chocolate, though, on the aroma. It definitely doesn't have a stout aroma in the very least. It's very light on the aroma as well, which, I mean, what do you really expect with 4.5%? Not to say that the aromas are bad. There's just really not too much coming from the aroma. It does smell pleasant, though, so I can't wait to get into it. Without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. A lot more on the flavor. It is very light bodied. That chocolate's coming through just a little bit on the palate. Strawberry is still the primary thing. It almost has like a strawberry eclair type note with it. I grew up eating strawberry eclairs. Very delicious. One of my favorite desserts. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that strawberry eclair type thing. Some of the chocolate's coming through. It's not a dark chocolate, a super roasty type note that you would get with a standard stout, but it does have like a milk chocolate or chocolate ice cream type note on the palate, which is very enjoyable. Obviously, the alcohol is non-existent at 4.5%. It just drinks like a dessert-like drink, really. It is very malt forward, very sweet, but it is very light-bodied as well. If you go into this expecting a full-bodied stout, you're going to be very disappointed. But if you go into it with an open mind and kind of understand the style a little bit, the pale stouts or the white stouts, as they're called more commonly down here in Georgia. This one does say pale stout though. Same thing. This is probably the lightest one that I've ever had though, with the flavor profile, the body, just all the way around. But it does have some nice notes to it. It is very flavorful, but it's just on the light side. So beware. If you're expecting a full-blown stout, you're definitely going to be disappointed with this. Yeah, strawberry notes are really nice. I am picking up somewhat more on the vanilla the more I sip it, and that chocolate is there, but that's probably the least prominent flavor that I'm getting. The chocolate is more in the background. Strawberry is what really sells this. The strawberry flavor is natural. It's very creamy as well. It's got like a creamy, almost ice cream like mouthfeel. Does have lactose in it. I believe lactose. It does have lactose, vanilla beans, cocoa nibs, and strawberry. So the lactose kind of gives it a creamy mouthfeel, relatively creamy mouthfeel, because this is so light. There's only so much that the lactose can do for the body of this beer. But it does have a light, creamy mouthfeel, more like skim milk, I guess, versus your 2% or whole milk. It does have that skim milk, borderline creamy mouthfeel. Very enjoyable overall. I would like maybe a little bit more body, but the strawberry, the chocolate, the vanilla flavors are definitely there. It does have a very good taste profile or flavor profile. And you could drink these all day, man. If I had a 12 pack of this, I'd just sit back and drink them all day. It's absolutely delicious in that regard, but it's definitely a lot different from what probably a lot of people are expecting. Even with a pale stout, this is on the lighter end. It is the lightest bodied pale or white stout, whatever you want to call it, that I've ever had. With that being said, it is excellent. It definitely has a lot going for it in the flavor department. I'm going to go with a 92. It's an A minus, but it's still excellent. I would like maybe a little bit more body with it, a little bit more flavor, but the flavors that are there, very enjoyable. It's spot on with the Neapolitan ice cream flavors, I think. Um, and you could drink them all day at 4.5%. So it is a winner. Smutty Nose Brewing Company out of New Hampshire did a good job with this. Thanks again to Bumpy Road Brewery for sending me this beer. I really appreciate it. Once again, we are talking about 3 Ways to Sundae, part of the Smut Labs collection from Smutty Nose Brewing Company. If you live in the New Hampshire area and you can get Smutty Nose beers, this is definitely one to check out. This is a 16-ounce can, very light and sessionable. You could drink quite a few of these without any problems. So definitely worth checking out. I will post a link, like I said, for Bumpy's channel in the description below, as well as right there. So you can click on his icon, which will take you directly to his channel if you're interested. Thanks again, Bumpy. I really appreciate it. That'll do it for this beer review, guys. 92 out of 100, A minus for the 3 Ways to Sundae from Smutty Nose Brewing Company out of New Hampshire. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Until next time, everybody. Cheers.